Hey everyone, welcome to Bonus Techie Tip Tuesday. I'm going to take you through the process that I used to create the multiplicity that I did for the prompt this week. So I started in Image Blender. And so just let me get to what I used. For this, I used a blank white, gotta find it. I used a blank white screen to begin on this multiplicity to give me more room on the screen. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And so I'm going to get myself in there with one of the leg shoe images that I used. I'm going to hit arrange because I want it smaller. And so I had started by putting one of myself up in the corner. Nobody puts Raji in a corner, except me. And then I'm going to hit check. And when you hit this arrow button, like when you go to save it, and then hit flatten, it saves that image for you and pushes it over to the left hand side. And now you continue working on that image. So I'm going to, again, grab the other leg shoe shot and then hit that arrange button, which allows me to move it over. So you can pinch zoom to get it to where you want it. And that was just how I wanted mine to look. So just the way that this image is cropped, there are some lines that are a little bit visible. I'll give you a quick little hint on how to get rid of those. And this little pen mark up at the top allows you to erase. Sometimes you have to hit it twice, I'm not quite sure. So see how that kind of blurs the edge? I'm going to be a little bit messy just for time's sake, but that'll get rid of that border that I don't want there. And there, see, that line is up there and I know it. I'm not being perfect here. I'm just trying to keep this going for you. And so just moving it where you would like it on the screen. And then again, hit that arrow. I'm going to flatten it again. And I'm only going to do it one more time. And you can just obviously know that I did that another time to get the full image. And so again, I would get rid of the lines with the mask. I would get rid of those lines, of course. Bring it into blend, see what I wanted it to look like. Adjust the opacity, either more or less. And let's save it. And from here, just to continue on my workflow, I put this into an app called Glaze. Some of you might remember I did something with this last round, and I'm not always a huge error. What's that mean? I'm not always a huge Glaze fan, but there are just certain pieces that I totally think it works for. And you know, when you have something and you're like, it just needs a little something. So, you know, you just play around with the buttons, load it in there. I think I ended up using something like this. And so have at it with the glazed. It can be really, really fun. May crash. Try a lower resolution. Okay, so I'm going to take their advice and just save it as a lower resolution at this moment. And what I did want to show you that I also did with this glazed, which you may or may not have thought of, is that sometimes when things are glazed, it's just a little bit too much, and it is a little bit hard to control the glazing effect. And so I put it back into Blender, and here's the glazed one. And then I took the original version, so that would be, you know, just totally straight up, no glazing. And then I could get like just a lighter, just a touch of that really cool, swirly, painted texture without really losing the details. So I kind of love that little trick of using Image Blender with glaze or whatever your favorite painterly type app is. Okay, well, that's what I had for you, and I hope you have an awesome Muse week.